Surprisingly, today is not very hot. Right. Hopefully, oh. Surprisingly, today is not a very hot day. Thank you, Lord. What are you doing? You're not even supposed to be walking across that street or road. What the heck? Welcome to Philippines. God is my co-pilot. You have a pretty powerful co-pilot. What is up, guys? Welcome back. Today, I've been reading some of your comments. One comment got my attention because it was asking if I could help him choose between the R15 and the R3. Question is, which R15? V2 or V3? And which R3? V1 or V2? Well, there's really not much of a difference. Wow. What? You're so in a hurry, dude. You just got it in the lane. You're so in a hurry. So not good attitude. As I was saying, there really are not much of a difference between the engines and stuff. Well, from the R15 V2 and V3, I think it's inverted forks. And from the V1, V2 of R3 is inverted forks also. But on the engine, I think there's really not much. I'm not sure. I didn't do some technical researches or some deeper researches about those two bikes. I'm just going to speak on my own as a interviewee. Was that right? Because you asked me the question, so I'm just going to guide you. I'm just going to answer some small questions about those two bikes. Thank you also, Branded. It's Branded who asked this question. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to start off with the bike that you should choose is the R3. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much for the question. I'm just kidding, alright? Whew. It's pretty cold. Yeah. Yeah, going back to the topic or the stuff, it is really up to you what you're going to choose. This will be just a guide for you and for those who are torn between the R15 or the R3. I'm going to start off with some of the basics, okay? The most noticeable one, R15 versus the R3. Of course, R3 is a much bigger or much faster bike than the R15, because R15 is doubled, result is R3. Okay, with the looks, with the design, of course I'm into the R3, bro. That's why I picked this bike. But I'm going to talk about a little story, or I'm going to tell you a little story about how R15 have been my option, or has been my option number one before I saw the R3. I was researching about bikes, about sports bikes, but only around the category of the 150cc, because I'm a new rider way back then, so I'm just really onto that category. Then as I do my research and thinking stuff, this one, this two, I stumbled upon the R3, and that was literally love at first sight. Because bro, man, I was like, oh my gosh, this bike is so good. I'm going to have this and that, this and that. I'm going to go back and talk about the two bikes. You are torn between R15 or R3, and that bike, the next bike that you are going to take, is going to be your daily bike. Do you get me? Like, if it is going to be your daily bike, the R15 or the R3, you need to be ready for the money you're going to spend on those bikes. Number one is gas, of course. Let's face it, R15 is much more cheap when it comes to gas. And oils too. That's the fact. That it really is. R15 is really as much cheaper. But if you are ready for the money consuming or the spending of money into your bike, to your daily bike, then go for the R3. You won't regret getting the R3. The only thing that you are going to regret about the R3 is that sometimes on a hot summer or hot ass day, that engine, you will feel it in your legs, literally. Even though you got boots, well, I haven't tried it on suits yet, but on a civilian, on a casual suit, boots, jeans, man, you're going to feel that heat. But still, I don't regret getting this bike, yo dude. Yeah, I don't ever regret about getting this bike, because man, this is my baby, yo. This is my baby. If R15 is a bit heavy, if you're going to ask me, it is really not that heavy. It actually is really light. I've tried the pretty aggressive. I've tried the R15 V3. The difference between the V2 and V3, based on my own opinion, on what I experienced, the V2 got a little bit bigger on the tank. It got a little bigger, but the lightweightness of the bike is still there, so it is still good. Can you understand where I'm going with this? That whatever you choose, those two bikes are good. Another difference is the riding position. This Yamaha R3, as I've said on my last video episode, it is in a sport touring position, so the numbness between the R15 and the R3 really has much of a difference, because the R15, dude, is so aggressive. I bet whoever is going to use it as a daily bike on the first days of riding that bike, man, your back is going to feel that pain, and the wrist, oh man, gosh. Those are my opinions about those two bikes. And the one that I've been talking about or been discussing to you guys about those two bikes, the differences, it is pretty noticeable. Like the gas consumption, of course, R3 is much or not so much cheaper than the R15. The riding position, R3 is the most comfier than the R15. Then the lightness or the weight of the bike, R15 to R3, of course R15 is the lighter one, no hesitation. That's the lighter one, the R15. And the money spending on bikes for oils and parts and stuff, gas, dude, R15 will be much more cheaper. But if you have the money to spend big for your bike, then go for the R3, because number one, it is fast. Number two, R3 is so good looking, minus the R3 version 2. Oops. We'll talk about that on another video, dude. But yeah, compare this R3 to the V2. I mean, this R3 to the R15. Of course, I'll choose the R3, dude. It's much more faster, it's much more comfier, it's much more head turner. You get what I mean? I'm really going to choose the R3. But if you don't want to spend so much on bike parts, on gas consumptions, then go for the R15. That's much more convenient for you, of course. But if you're ready to spend to gas, parts, and oils, as I've said, go for the R3 already. You won't regret getting an R3. See what I did there? That I've been neutral to those two bikes, because man, those two bikes are very good. There's no debate that those two bikes are one of the best bikes out there on the sports bikes. So I'm really on this neutral position that those two bikes are good. There are just much of a differences that are very noticeable, but it is really up to you if what you're going to do. Oh, another thing, if you're going to get the R3, ooh, wetty, you're going to get the R3, be ready for the freaking fastness of the bike and the torque. Because when the first time I used this bike, the first days, the first weeks, man, I'm getting all scared in using this bike, because man, it is really fast compared to the R15. R15 is fast, but the torque in this one, man, oh, Holy bro. Okay. My gosh. He almost tripped. Now he's all mad to those kids. Whew. But yeah, dude. Thank you so much for that comment. Hopefully I helped you out. Remember, the last decision still lies into you. I'm just talking about the differences and stuff like that. So I'm just helping you out, just a guide. The last, this picture. Peace. If you have any comments or any questions again, be sure to write it down in the comment section and I'll answer it right away. So that will be it. Thank you so much guys for watching. Hopefully I helped some of you out. If I did, man, give this one a thumbs up, or if you just did enjoy this one, and I'll see you on the next one. My name is R15. Wait. I'm out. Peace.